for the highlights. We'll talk about the rebound show. Them not see too. I'm the man a trouble color represent for the highlights.
It's the first Monday in July. We're planning to be consistent with this feature. I'm excited to speak to my guest. He's Rob. He has a traveling DJ service. I've met numerous people on my travels as an entertainer who've been working with Rob, who've been doing stuff, and he's here. And I hope some people who like this inspiration can join us, who like this information. Share if whenever you're listening to this live, feel free to share. But again, this will always be here on my Instagram, and hopefully we will get to talk to Rob. So Rob is here with us, and I'm going live with him right. Hey Rob.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm fine. How are you?
Doing good.
Yes. I love the quarantine look.
You like the core? Actually, this is my regular look. It's not
Is it? Is it?
I'm just kidding.
All right, guys. So this is Rob Nadigel. Did I get it right?
Yeah.
From Traveling DJs. Rob is responsible for lots and lots of awesomeness, for giving contracts to DJs, local. When I say locally and international, locally meaning Jamaica and the Caribbean, US, Canada, and Rob, you've been doing an amazing job. Since recent, I've been seeing you doing a lot of dub plate sessions with lots of reggae and dancehall icons, and we appreciate that. So we're going to get straight to it. Just introduce to us about your service. Let's start off with that. Tell us about Traveling DJ.
Well, I do a few different things. As far as offering people contracts, I think people are more or less giving the contracts to themselves. I'm just a tool. I help them plant the seed and guide them in the right direction. I think when you work hard, it pays off. As far as traveling DJs started around 12 years ago. Now we have 10,000 people in the group, and more or less it's a group for DJs, people who are want to be inspired, people who enjoy traveling, people who want to step outside their comfort zone. And as you know, working on a cruise ship gives you the ability to see the world and do what you love.
Yes. You mentioned that it's not just about you providing a contract. It's really what people can represent themselves. I must say that you've been doing a wonderful job with that, because not only I've been observing, not only are you providing this service, but you're also ensuring that these people are equipped and ready for the job that they're going to be assigned to. How do you go about this searching for people or ensuring these people can represent themselves well?
Well, look, the guys who are in the office, you take any cruise line, any major cruise line, the guys that are in the office probably get 1,000 emails a day, probably more. Sure. And there's only so many emails that can be answered. I know you got the different, departments and stuff, but at the end of the day, it could take a long time to get to the main person. So basically what I do is I've created this network of DJs that I guess trust me. I take them under my wing, and I'm able to, like I said earlier, guide them in the right direction, provide them the tools they need. And you mentioned Caribbean before. There's a lot of amazing people that are in the Caribbean that have the skill set to work with tourism. And I love to travel. I've been to a lot of all-inclusive hotels. And a lot of these guys just don't know where to start. They don't know the tools that they need to kind of get their foot in the door. So Traveling DJs has, I like to call it the family, where I basically help, and I basically help DJs with their marketing and branding. Things have changed in the last little while because of the situation we're in with the pandemic.
I was just about to ask you about that, Rob, with the whole pandemic thing. I was just about to ask. The cruise lines have been, well, definitely the cruise lines are out and stuff like that. Nothing is happening. But in regards to you and the service, you're still active, you're still doing stuff. And I did mention earlier that I see you tapping into getting contents for the DJs and stuff like that. What have you been doing? How have you been adjusting your service since COVID crisis or pandemic?
Look, everyone needs a plan B, plan C. It's you can sit and hope for things to happen, or you can try different things.
Yeah.
Anyone who's entrepreneurial knows that um, even if we weren't in the situation we were in, you
Yeah.
have to have different platforms as far as making revenue. You can't just rely on one thing.
Yeah.
In my case, I've got different platforms that I was able to use traveling DJs for other means of work. So I do DJ drops. So I was able to kind of convert traveling DJs into a different platform, but I'm still using.
Yes. But it
I'm
still
still using it.
connects. The services, they connect. You're still using the same clients, the same customers, the same people that you work with, doing getting them gigs and contracts and stuff. You're still able to provide that form of service for them. So it might be a different plan A or plan B, but it's still under the same umbrella, and that's important.
I think if someone, I think most of the people in traveling DJs that know me trust me,
Mm-hmm. Oh yes, for sure. It's
right?
a family over there.
Look, the truth is, I throw something out there.
Mhm.
Sometimes it sticks,
Yeah.
sometimes it doesn't. I think if people trust you and if people believe in you,
Yes.
it really holds some ground.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Um, Along the way, I've made a lot of mistakes. I've tried different things.
Yes.
Recently, I just felt we needed a platform where, because people are suffering with anxiety, depression,
Yes.
some people are suffering money. Everyone's kind of has their own, I guess, situation.
Ways of coping, ways of dealing with things.
I just don't want to sound like I'm a preacher here, but
No, you fine, no problem. All right, so as I said, I like you're doing the drops and things. Let's just talk into what you're doing at the moment. I see a lot of people when I'm going to share this. I'm going to tell them the information. For example, you have talents, DJs, singers. How do you go about? How can someone reach out to you to provide that service for you? And What's your network like to make that connection?
I mean, if they want to reach out to me, they could just go to travel. They can go to the traveling DJ Facebook page.
Mm-hmm.
As far as what was the second question was?
So I'm saying, like, in order to get these services, whether it's a DJ wanting the drops or it's a performer that wants to offer this service, do they have to join your network in order to do that, or they can just simply reach out to you and get the service?
If they really want it, they can reach out to me.
Mm-hmm.
Depending on what it is, they're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
Um, as you know, right now I'm working with a lot of different artists,
Yes,
and
yes, I can see that.
call came. I just
Yes, sorry.
I'm working with some artists right now, and
Mm-hmm.
again, it just depends if someone's looking for DJ drops or if they're looking for press kits. They can find me on Traveling
Okay.
DJs.
Okay, no problem. And your any opinion on what's going on, what you think's happening with the entertainment industry, or where it's gonna get? Anything? Do you think things are gonna get back to norm anytime soon?
Things are going to get back to normal. Um, I don't even know what normal is anymore, but
You can start with the traveling industry.
I think for some people, this is going to be an opportunity. Like sometimes you have to be put to the test. So
Hmm.
and again, I'm talking in circles, but this is
Yeah,
just how my brain.
I'll spare
Um,
you. Don't worry about it.
I think that when we wake up, we go to our 9 to 5 jobs. I think
Yes.
most of us hate our jobs. That's number one. Number two,
Hmm.
I think you know we just kind of live in the moment, and what this virus or what this pandemic
Mhm.
has done is
Yeah,
forced us to kind of think outside the box and
for sure.
um,
Tapping into new skills, trying out new stuff, and as you said, turning to the plan B because that's important.
yeah, I
Yeah,
think
you hold
it's
up, Rob.
scary.
You have
It's
DJs. You have DJs out there. Sorry for cutting you. You have DJs out there right now. You have people who work in the entertainment industry out there right now, freaking out. They're going through anxiety because that was the only thing they had. Like for example, someone who worked with you, travel, doing gigs from hotels to events to cruise ships. They're going nuts right now because that was the only means of entertainment. That was their only purpose. What do you have to say about that?
I
Like,
think that no matter what you do in life, you better look. Life is quick,
yeah.
and I think no matter what you're doing, whether it's
Mm-hmm.
working on a cruise ship, working in a nightclub,
Mm-hmm.
if you just you want, I would think the average person wants to grow and take on new challenges and see different things. And
Yeah.
if someone is traveling the world on a cruise ship, I think they should always be one step ahead and think about tomorrow. Um, it could be tough. I mean, if I mean, look, I've been on cruise ships for 16 years.
Yeah.
I would have never thought that I would still be working on a cruise ship. I'm being honest. I never thought I'd
Yeah.
still be.
But you're doing more than working on a cruise ship right now.
I am doing more. You're right. I am,
You've
but I don't
grown.
necessarily think it's a strategy. In my opinion, I don't think it's a strategy. I think that if I could, do it all over again, I probably would have done things a little differently. But, I'm always kind of throwing things.
Mm.
Sometimes they stick, sometimes they don't. The most recent thing that I'm doing with the artist
Yes.
it's not a money maker. It's more of I'm meeting some amazing people, and each artist that I meet, I learn so much from them, and
Yeah.
I learn different strategies, and um, when you're around success or when you're around people who have made mistakes, it's just interesting to hear their story.
Yes. 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 I want you to know though that you've been doing an amazing job, and you're thinking that you're this individual just doing something passionately, but there are persons out there who speaks highly of you. People I've worked with who like, oh Rob, yeah, sure, he's the boss and stuff. But your followers are there, the people who look out to you for the service that you offer, people who are going to reach out to you hoping to get a gig or something like that. Those people are there. And for those people, I want you to give them a message. Let them know, all right, tell them someone is there looking towards you right now, like, yo, I don't have no jobs. That, like, what do you advise me to do? What you think? I'm a DJ. What can I do in a time like this to make myself more active, have a purpose? What do you say about that? To that DJ who's looking forward to you to give
It's
them
not. It's
strength.
not about. It's not just about. It's not about. Listen, it's not going away.
Mm-hmm.
This is not going away.
Mm-hmm.
This is, regardless what you believe or what you don't believe, the reality is we still got to pay rent. We still
Yeah.
have to eat.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, you can go online and learn a new language. You can start your own business. There's so many different ways to grow as a person,
Yeah.
to start an online bit. I mean, you just got to do it.
Since
You
you
know,
mentioned online, Rob, how about the whole thing? Everything is going digital now. Do DJs make money by playing on the internet, or how can they benefit from that? Like everyone is jumping on the internet, oh, like virtual parties and stuff like that. How do
you know
you?
what? This is gonna sound really bad. This is gonna sound really bad.
Mhm.
Like everyone's a DJ.
Yeah, right.
Everyone,
With a laptop.
everyone's everyone's a DJ. You know, like you go online and everyone's doing the virtual thing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I, I don't want to say be different, but
Yeah.
at least have one or three or four different things lined up. Like it's tough because a lot of places are closed. I know in the States a lot of places are closed. I
Mhm.
don't know if now is the right time to be a DJ. I don't
I
know, man.
know,
What the
like
fuck do
now
I
it's
know?
definitely not. It's bad, but you have.
Honestly,
But there
Like,
were DJs. We can't deny the fact that people are there. They were the life of the party, and they depend on the every week booking or the every month contracts and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So what do they do now at a time like this when definitely that's not going on, and they have to be adjusting to the whole online ish? You know what I mean?
the truth is, I don't have the answer. That's no, that's the
I
truth.
think you do. I think you do because you are doing an amazing job adjusting, and that's what I'm saying. You're now okay. We're not doing any bookings, but we have other services that we can offer, right?
Look, I have over 10,000 people in my group.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was coming back to Canada from Australia,
Yeah.
I knew that talking about traveling and talking about cruise ships isn't going to cut it. But I also didn't want to waste 10,000 DJ. I mean, I needed to come up with an idea. I need to come up with a concept. So
And fast.
yeah, and that's how I came up with Artists in the House. And that's for for me. It's challenging. When I started off with my first artist, and it's like I need to get someone bigger and bigger and bigger. It's almost like it's a high. But that in itself comes with anxiety, because once you go up and you come down, it gets harder to get back up.
That pressure.
Nothing I'm saying makes sense, by the way.
No, no, no.
If anyone is watching right now,
I understand. I understand what you're saying. Trust me, they're gonna see this later. I understand what you're saying. It's like you set a bar for yourself, and every time you need to get somebody new, and especially to keep your people to wanting the service more and more, you definitely have to set a higher and higher standard each time, right?
I remember when I got DJ Cool, and I was like, oh my god, I got DJ Cool. Like it was to me, it was just completely bonkers.
Like
that
I did that.
DJ Cool, is talking to me. But over time, he's been on my show a million times,
Yeah.
and he means just as much as he did the first day. But the 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 high, because I already got him. Now
You gotta
I
go
have,
higher.
right. You have to think bigger, but it really messes up with your head, because you're always aiming. It's crazy. It's crazy.
What do you look, Rob? What do you look for when you're looking for an artist to give jobs, or does is it that a certain category of artists, a certain what do you look for? Is it any? Because anyone can say, oh, I'm an artist, I can give you drops. I can come to you and say, I'm a voice talent, I can come and give you drops. What's the quality that you look for when you're searching for these people?
Whoops. Well, the high is the challenge. So the high is, who am I gonna go after? Who am I gonna
Yeah.
call? Right?
Mm-hmm.
The high is going on Instagram and going, Jarul, that Joe, Mr. Vegas. Like the high is kind of figuring out who it could be, because the brain is going a million miles a minute. Then once you have focus, once now you have the one or two people that you're going after,
Yeah.
you send that message, keep checking your email, hoping they're going to email you back. They don't. So now you're on a down. You message them again. You strategize by tweaking your message, talking about it with your friends. You're excited because it's like Christmas.
You're doing a whole job.
To get that, and then when you do get that message, now they want to talk to you, and it's all, you got to strategize and
And it's
then
all
once,
you doing all that, eh?
yeah, well, once they do it and it's over, then you're back. You're at the very beginning again. You,
All
you,
right.
you crash. Now is the time. Now is the time to do the things that you said you weren't going to do, whether that's marketing and branding.
Yeah.
If you have the time to figure out what it is you want to do, I don't think there's a better time than now. You know what I mean? Because, like I said, a lot of places aren't open. So I mean, what are you doing with your time? You're doing this. You're doing this video right now. You're doing this
Because we can't go out, we can't do stuff. Yeah, I got you.
You know, you just
Cute.
gotta do stuff. You just gotta throw things on the wall and hopefully they stick.
Don't worry. I personally think things are gonna come around, and even if things don't come around as it used to be, the change is coming. People are adjusting. Things are getting. It's a digital age, they say. So it's just for us to adjust ourselves to that change, right?
You just stay focused and.
Anything? What have you personally been doing since this whole quarantine, this whole COVID pandemic thing? Anything?
I spend pretty much. I do three different things. One, traveling DJs.
Yeah.
Two, I do the DJ drops, and three, I do Fiverr. So between the three things, and again, it's all branding, marketing,
Yeah.
creating. I'm working on several different things right now, but I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do. I think,
yeah.
because the truth is I don't have the answers. I know that I've surrounded myself with some amazing people, and I'll just continue to throw things, and I hope they stick. And I don't think it's any different than you. There's some celebrities or some artists who have become some really good friends of mine, and I try to learn from them. And I don't know. Have you seen any of the artists that I've had on?
Yeah, quite a few people I know real close to as well. And I'm like, I was even thinking, how can I maybe suggest a few people to Rob that I know will definitely offer this service, but I wasn't sure of what you were looking for, the different type of people that you were going for. But it's something we can definitely talk about to introduce people that you might want service from, or who can provide the drops and stuff for the DJs that you have in your kind of.
I think if you're a DJ and you're playing music, to meet the artist behind the music is a big deal to a DJ. No different than it is for a kid to meet Santa Claus.
Yeah.
It's these are the people that save our dance floors. These are the people that are creating, memories.
And you've been doing that digitally, where they're able to meet the artists online and stuff, and I think that's amazing.
The artists, basically, we do these meetups where the artist gets to meet with the DJs.
That whatever you're doing is amazing, and there are a lot of people out there who really appreciate your work. And you're still going, you're still reaching out to these people and still providing a service for them, and I just think that was amazing. Well, whatever you're going to do onwards, I wish you all the best.
Yeah, thanks.
All right. Thank you for talking with me here on the highlights. Appreciate you, all right?
Take care.
Thank you very much, Rob.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching The Highlights. It's the Instagram live chat version. Follow me at AISHAPRENDY. It's Aisha Prendy with The Highlights. What's hot, what's hype, what's happening?